Hello and welcome to a new video on Mary's Mind. I'm Mary, so welcome to the intrinsic world of my mind. Today, guys, we're going to talk about a topic that I really have been thinking about a lot and that I have been dealing with, such as the rest of humanity for our entire lives, and it is regretting the past. Regretting the past or being stuck in the past is a big part of every aspect of life. I don't think there's ever a time where you don't think about the past, where you don't end up thinking about something that's intertwined because our entire life is intertwined. It is linear in a way, but it's also not because so many random things from your childhood come up. Definitely think it's something that we need to get used to. It's something that we need to tackle in this lifetime, and it is something that is always going to be a part of us. So I think literally in the base of it, it is not a problem. Like you think back to when you were younger and everybody had that side cut or you had like your colored hair and you think back on it and you're like, that's kind of funny. I wouldn't do it now. It starts becoming an issue when the deep, deep sense of shame enters the chat. It's has a different dynamic once shame takes over. And I, honest to God, have experienced that a lot these past couple of weeks. Honestly, I have never felt shame when looking back on my life ever. It was always more in like a playful way. I would have thought about things and I would have been like, oh, like that's funny. I wouldn't do that now or something in that manner. But for the first time in my life, I've really looked back on memories and I was like, you should have known better. You could have done different things. I just felt really bad and really weird about those things. Today, I'm here to tackle this issue. Today, I'm here to open up about how I'm dealing with it. And today, I'm here to let you know what I think about it. I was literally just on the phone with my boyfriend talking about this. And I think one of the most important things when you feel any sort of, and we always like to label it as low frequency, but it's things that are eating away at you, things that like anger, sadness, shame. Those are all agreed, all things that really weigh you down. That's when you have to dig deep and you're like, what is this emotion trying to tell me? Why is it evoking these specific set of memories? You have to dig deep. So I just did that and I remembered that majority of the things that I am now quote unquote ashamed for had to do with the romantic field. And it's quite interesting because I'm, thank God, in a healthy relationship. And now that I am, it's almost as though my conscious has opened up to allow all of the memories I have pushed far, far, far away, or the motives why I ended up doing things that I don't fully agree with now, right? I dug deep and I figured that all of the memories that are now making me cringe or evoking bad feelings already had shame attached to them. When I used to do certain things, it was in mind of wanting to do it because I was striving for a relationship that I have now. But at the time, I didn't have that. So, of course, I was trying to look for something to replicate it. I was looking for something that's similar. But all I ever did was lie to myself, which in this scenario is not that deep. Like, you still have to consider that all of those experiences are worthy. But now this whole gate has opened up to me where it's like, okay, you didn't do these things because you felt empowered by it. You did it because you felt insecure. That's the whole thing to like deal with by itself, to be completely honest, because it's so strange. You can feel so strongly about motives in that moment, and you can fully convince yourself. That's why the best liars, they don't lie to you, they lie to themselves. So, apart from that, it is so hard to digest that even though those feelings then could have felt good and fine, may make you feel differently now. It's not in alignment with each other, which is so weird. Besides that, I really want to touch on the fact why this happens and also what it has to do with the present moment. And I definitely think that these feelings are yet to be fully accepted by you. These are things that are eating away at you because you let them. There's something deeper behind that. As I've just mentioned, in just one specific field, I have a lot of memories. If I dig deep in friendships, it's more of the first thing I touched on, the whole why did you let this happen? And it's a disservice to yourself to hold your current self to the standard of your past self. There's no correlation. You know what you know now and you act accordingly. You could not have known any of what were to unfold in your past. That's very important. You can't hold yourself to an unrealistic standard. That's a disservice to yourself and it is unfair. Knock it off. And then, other than that, it has so much to do with your current state of how content you are with your life. Are you content with the now version of yourself, or are you digging deep to see what has always been wrong with you? Are you just looking for proof in your memories in your current self? I see myself doing that in certain aspects where I'm looking for proof of like, well, I knew I never was good at this, or I was never doing it this type of way. You will always find something because life is rich, and whatever perspective you look at it from, you will find what you desire. At the end of the day, you cannot fake the moment. The only thing you can do is you can look at it through saturation or through black and white. And both of those things are not, again, fair to yourself. That's why you have to start by accepting yourself. You have to accept yourself in every last fiber of your being. I will do a whole episode on self love versus self acceptance. You cannot reach self love if there's no acceptance. You can even start by tolerating yourself. You're like, these are the conditions. This is fine. This is not as fine. You have to be like diplomatic about it. Since it's you, you're stuck with yourself. Okay, I'm sorry about it. Nobody's gonna come and save you. Nobody's gonna come and give you all the answers. You're stuck and you have to deal with it. And the only way out is through. The only thing you have left to do is find a way to handle yourself and to be fine with yourself. And even a lot of times when I have regrets from my past, it's not really regrets, it's more untold feelings and a lot of feelings that have sat with me and that I have never given the room of expression, such as, why are you such an asshole? You know, you think back on random people and you're like, you're a fucking asshole. And I should have told you in your fucking face. I should have told you, hey, fuck face, stop treating people like this. But I didn't because I didn't know better, because I would treat people differently and because I was always looking for the good in people. Three things I don't really do anymore because, first of all, the good reveals itself. You don't have to look for it. So, if you're constantly looking for the good in people, honey, that's the wrong person to look in. I don't treat people the way they would treat me. I would treat people how I treat myself, period. If I'm having a bad day, so be it. So am I, like being a bitch to people. It's not an excuse, not at all. That's why I keep to myself and I don't let everybody like run all over me. And I don't do the same to other people because I know how it be. Just stick to yourself and how your standard of living is and how your standard of being around people, being a decent fucking human is. I think the antidote to regretting your past is letting go of your past. And nothing that has happened in your past, no matter how much you think about it, no matter how much you go through it in your head, it's not going to change. It's unfortunately just not going to change. And it is more than fine to dig deep and, like I just said, look for those emotions, look for those catalyzers, look for what message is hidden in there, what progress have I done. That's all fine, but you cannot get stuck on it. If you're constantly stuck in the cycle of, I should have done this has happened to me, yada, 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 you can watch my How to Stop Playing the Victim video. You're just going to be stuck on that mentality and that frequency that the past has to rule your current self. The worst thing you can do is jeopardize your present for your past. I will say it again. The worst thing you can do is jeopardize your present for your past because your past is gone. When I started this video is already my past version. I level up every second, every minute, baby, okay? Just look at it that way as well because it's literally something that might have been taken from you if that's still your current mentality, might have been something that happened to you. Fine, all good. What about now? What about the future? Is that going to be ruled by whatever you put your focus on, whatever your perspective is that you maintain? Or is that going to be, again, ruled by the past? I'm going to tell you one thing. You have two options with this. You either take everything that they have said in your past, that they have done in your past, that has happened to you in your past and you take it and you carry it. You break your back, you break your wrist, everything. You just fall apart because the weight of everything gets too much. There's only so much you can handle, so much you can do. You break, okay? Break your spine and you're done. Or you give them their shit back. Return to sender. This is not mine. Here, you can have it. Oh, you forgot this 2 years ago. Sorry, you can have it back. Oh, yeah, this bitch from my childhood. Here, have it back. It's not yours to carry. It was never yours to accept in the first place. I'm sorry. Sorry that people put that on you. Sorry that you thought it was your burden. But it's not your burden to carry, okay? Life is rough. Get a vest to make it easier when you fall down. It is not your goddamn responsibility to heal other people's wounds by doing yourself harm. And it's really important because this is a form of self harm. Being stuck in the past like this is leading the direction of your life in every way possible. If you decide from that type of space that you're in, you're always gonna stick to in that like low frequency. Oh, I'm not worthy. I'm not good. I'm not this. I'm not that. I want to tell you that resources are available for whatever stage you're feeling at. If you feel really, really bad, helplines are available. I'm gonna try to link some in the bio. But even before that, and even beyond anything, you are the creator of your own fate. I hate to say it because I don't like to put it in a direction where a person with cancer could be telling me, like, so I'm the creator of my fate. Within that, though, lies the ability, and that's what I am. I'm an able bodied person, and I have the ability to every day, thank God, wake up and create my day. And I think a lot of people that are watching this right now are as well. I'm pretty sure that 99% of people watching this are able. And that means find your own antidote. I think you're probably all tired of hearing about it because it's so promoted, but it is journaling. Everything that I used to pick the phone up for, I pick the pen up now and write it down. First of all of the questions arising come from within, and all of the answers are from within. What if you solve a math equation? Didn't the teacher tell us, look in the back for the solution? I am that book. You are that book. The solutions are within you. You don't need to ask around and know it from everybody else. It's right here. You got it. It's fine. Also, meditating, something I myself have been lacking with. It's cool. It's fine. But the best time I had with being aware in the moment and being mindful was when I meditated fucking daily. Okay. I astral projected. Story time on that coming sometime soon. I was in a past life. Okay. It gives you so much peace of mind. It's quite literally insane and it's scientifically proven. It is one of the best ways. It's like a fucking cheat code in this life. It lets you exit. Literally gives you the only time where you can step out of here and be right here and just look at yourself. It's kind of funky. Like, just being in movement. You don't need to be a gym rat. You can just walk, walking, listening to music or listening to nothing, listening to the world is dope. Find your little antidotes to get you out of it when you're in that moment, in that frequency, in that regret state. Just get yourself out of there. It's cool. It's the past. It's done. Okay? It can't hurt you. Words of affirmation. I am safe. I am fine. I am in the present moment. Those are your fucking resources. If that shit comes up, you're boom. No, not me. Okay? Don't fuck with me. Okay? This was a very spontaneous episode. I'm glad to have made it, guys. I have so much more I want to share with you all. I'm so happy to be on this journey, genuinely. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you soon.